Welcome once again to a Chef Knives to Go Quick Look product review. I'm Steve Gamache, and what we're looking at this time is the Gihei Awagami or Blue No. 2 Petty 150mm knife. So the core steel in this line is Awagami. It's also known as Blue Paper No. 2 Reactive High Carbon Steel from Hitachi. The heat treat they go for is about 62 to 63 Rockwell on that core steel. And the construction is a 3-layer combination where on the outside of basically on either side of that harder core steel, they have a softer stainless steel cladding. So, and the stainless cladding does wrap around the spine. So that means you just have to worry about reactivity at the edge where the core steel is peeking through. So it makes maintenance a little bit easier on the knife. These are hand hammered and handmade, so their dimensions and weights are going to vary a little bit from knife to knife. This particular one's 105 grams or 3.7 ounces. The edge length from the tip to the back of the heel, known as the chin right there, is just about 150 on the nose or slightly under 6 inches. Overall length about 11.6 inches. And then the spine thickness. The style that these guys make their blades, they make thicker spines and thicker, more robust, stiffer blades with thin at the edge grind. So they're really good performers, but they've got some robust stiffness to them, and this is no exception. So it's 3.6 millimeters coming out of the handle above the back of the blade, but then it thins out in the first half of the blade. It thins out pretty aggressively, and then just kind of continually thins until you hit the grind where it thins out and gets pretty skinny right at the tip. So the tip should perform quite well. The blade height is 37 millimeters, so this is one of the taller 150 petties that Mark has. And the handle is an oval ambidextrous magnolia or hoe wood with a buffalo horn ferrule. Frankly, this handle is a standard 75 millimeter in circumference that they put on this. Right here where the ferrule meets the wood. And that's more appropriately sized for a 210 Gyuto or Santoku or something like that. And in my opinion, that handle's too big for this knife. So it kind of gets in the way. The blade is small enough where that's just inappropriate in my opinion. But so this would be great for board work. Being a taller knife, a smaller handle would give you even more board clearance than you've got on this stock one. So I don't know if in the future maybe they'll put smaller ones on there, but that's what they put on this one. There's two main styles of petty knives, and one is going to be a shorter at the heel or less tall knife, and that's more of what we call utility style. This is more of a mini Gyuto style, so it's more suitable for board work, but not so good for any kind of in-hand work. So different style. Up close, the blade is really nice looking. They put a Nishiji or pear skin type finish on these. It's well done. The left side of the blade has some embossed kanji on it. The right side of the blade, I've seen what looks like embossed, but this almost looks like it's chiseled. Even the horse logo, which is awesome, by the way, looks like it's hand chiseled to me, which is really cool. You've got a kind of a sandblast finish for a faux shinogi line or blade road here. Then you can see the core steel showing at the edge. The spine is polished and rounded a bit. The choil is polished and rounded a bit. It's really comfortable out of the box. I'd say the out-of-the-box edge on this was, I'll give it 4, maybe 5 out of 10. It was pretty sharp, but the edge bevel is a bit uneven, so I think it should be sharpened and cleaned up a little bit. Balance point, again, this handle is a bit bigger than it really I think it should be, so that brings the balance point back quite a bit to the neck area. The profile on this is going to be typical Gihei profile, which is quite flat at the heel. So, and this is also, they grind these babies thin at the very edge. So this is a good performing line of knives. I've got the 240 in this line, and the steel, the core steel is excellent. It sharpens up super just easy, and it gets really sharp on the stones. And it's a great rendition of Awagami No. 2. So I cannot extol the virtues of their steel enough. It's awesome. And so here's the profile. You've got a pretty flat heel section here, and then not a super aggressive belly on the tip. So I'm not going to lift this very high before I dig the tip in. So this is going to be great for board work, but it's going to be more of a chopper or push-pull. You're not going to do a lot of high rocking with this at all, unless you were to modify that tip a little bit, which you could do if you wanted to. But definite heel that I kind of stop into that. So again, just a really nice model out of a great line of knives. So I do have the 240 of this line, which I really like. So this is the Gihei Aogami number 2 Petty 150 millimeter knife.